Hi, welcome to Churchill County Library Storytime. My name is Jess. The book I have for you today is called Every Dog in the Neighborhood, written by Philip Stead and Matthew Cordell, published by Holiday House. Grandma stirs a spoonful of honey into her tea and frowns. "Louis," she says, "it's going to rain today. I can feel it in my knees." "Are you sure?" I ask. "The weather is just fine in my knees." "No doubt about it," says Grandma. "Now, grab your raincoat and come along. I need to check on something in the neighborhood." "I want a dog," I say to Grandma as we walk. "We are the only ones wearing raincoats." "Nonsense," says Grandma. "There are enough dogs in the neighborhood already." "How many dogs are there?" I ask Grandma. Grandma will know everything. She will know how many dogs live in the neighborhood. That's why I love her. But Grandma does not answer my question. "Just as I suspected," she says. "Same as always. I'll have to write a letter to City Hall." A very stern letter. Do you see what they're looking at? It says, "No trespassing, do not enter." So I decide to do the same. "Dear City Hall, I am very upset and would like to know how many dogs live in my neighborhood. Sincerely, a concerned citizen." "People listen if they know you're upset," says Grandma. 1 week later, 2 letters arrive. Mine says, "Dear concerned citizen, unfortunately, we do not keep an official count of the dogs in your neighborhood. Respectfully yours, City Hall." Grandma takes off her reading glasses and tosses her letter in the trash. "Louis," she says, "sometimes if you want something done, you've just got to do it yourself." I decide she's right. I grab my backpack and collect all the things I am going to need. A clipboard and paper, proper credentials. It says Louis, Neighborhood Dog Surveyor, official. A fancy pen, 1 red apple and 1 green apple, 2 chocolate chip cookies, and comfy shoes. "How are your knees today?" I ask Grandma. Cloudy but dry," she says. I leave my raincoat on the hook. I start next door. Knock, knock, knock. I know that Mr. Pierce does not have a dog, but it's important to be thorough. Well, sorry. There we go. "Excuse me, Mr. Pierce," I say. "I am counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "I had a dog once," said Mr. Pierce. "His name was Harvey. He doesn't live here anymore, but he will always live in my heart." "Does your heart live here?" I ask. "Oh, yes," he says. "It has for many years." That's good enough for me. I write down number 1, Harvey. On to the next house. Knock, knock, knock. "Hello," I say. "My name is Louis, and I am counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "Yes," says the woman. "Her name is Yoshi, spelled Yoshi. Yosa means goodness in Japanese." "Is Yoshi a good dog?" I ask. "Oh, no," says the woman. "Yoshi is a very bad dog. Today, she ate one of my favorite socks." I write down number 2, Yoshi. eats socks. The third house has a big red door and a fancy knocker that I am too short to reach. I look through the mail slot and say loudly, "Excuse me, my name is Lewis and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "We have 3 dogs," says a little girl who is even shorter than the mail slot. I write down number 3, moose, number 4, goose, number 5, caboose. Caboose is always leading the way, she calls, and I hurry to keep up. All this hard work is making me hungry. I will need a break soon, but first, knock, knock, knock. "Hello, my name is Lewis, and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "I have 2, answers the old man, and together they have taught me a very valuable lesson." I write down number 6, Aesop, number 7, fable. "And what lesson is that?" asks Grandma. "To go for a walk every day," I tell her. "That is a very valuable lesson," says Grandma. We chomp our apples happily and then get back to work. What's Grandma up to, do you think? Knock, knock. Some houses have cats. Knock, knock. Some houses have birds. Ding dong. One house has a Burmese python and a Komodo dragon. "Thank you," I say, "but I am only counting dogs today." Knock, knock, knock. People like to tell me about their dogs. Wilbur is number 8. 9 is Orville. Knock, knock, knock. And I'd like to meet each one. Number 10 is EB. Wilbur and Orville watch the birds all day, I tell Grandma. And EB dreams of writing stories. "What kind of stories?" "Animal stories." "I love animal stories," says Grandma. We brush the cookie crumbles off our laps and get back to work. Number 11 is Agnes. Number 12, Oboe. Number 13, Junebug. Number 14 is Frank. And these I'm just going to show you the pictures so you can see what Grandma's up to. She's mowing the lawn and she's building something. She's planting. She's making a sign. It looks like the sign might say dog park, you think? Number 15 is Peapod. Number 16 is Matilda. Number 17 is Thelonious. And number 18 is Monk. It's almost dark, but there's one house left. Creak. "Hello," I say. "My name is Lewis, and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog?" "Yes," says the woman, and she opens the door a little wider. "This is Ogre." Ogre looks me right in the eye and doesn't blink. "Is Ogre a bad dog?" I ask. "Oh, no," says the woman. "He is a very good dog. He helps me all day long and never complains." "It's nice to meet you both," I say, and I write down Ogre never complains. And Ogre has on a vest, and it says guide dog. There are 19 dogs in the neighborhood, I inform Grandma as I brush my teeth. Grandma doesn't answer. She is busy writing another letter. "There are 19 dogs in the neighborhood," I say a little louder. Yes, yes, I heard you the first time, says Grandma. But you missed one, you know. Grab a sweater and come along. Hello, I say. My name is Lewis, and I'm counting every dog in the neighborhood. Do you have a dog? I do, says Grandma's friend, Mr. Kahn. She is sweet like honey, so I named her for a dessert that reminds me of home. Mr. Kahn looks very sad. She is my greatest friend, he says, but soon I must leave her and say goodbye. Who will take care of her, I ask. I am fortunate, says Mr. Kahn. I know a kind lady whose grandson would like his very own dog. Dear City Hall, there are 20 dogs in my neighborhood. There are big dogs and little dogs. There are old dogs and young dogs. There are dogs with funny haircuts and dogs who are the eyes for people who cannot see. All the dogs are good dogs, even the bad ones. Only one of those dogs is mine. She is sweet like honey, and that is why her name is Baklava. Sincerely, Lewis. P.S. I hope this will encourage you to keep better records in the future. And there's the dog park that Grandma built. And it says Grandma's Dog Park. And there's all the dogs in the neighborhood playing and having fun. I hope you like that story. And I'll see you next time.